Here we go. Someone wants to play semantics. The comment that I could not tag, but I screenshot and put up there was from a fellow Ghanaian who said Ghana was the first country in Africa to gain its independence. Now you want to play semantics. You want to say sub-Saharan Africa that gained their independence from colonial rule. Liberia will always be known as the African liberation country. Ghana will not be known that. Your ancestors were prolific in the slave trade for 150 years. When I lived in Ghana for 2 years. I did a lot of research, and all I saw was tribal wars. It is the year of our Lord 2025, October 2025. There are 13 deadly and violent tribal conflicts, all arguing over chieftaincies and land. So you will be known as having tribal conflicts that have sold millions of Africans into slavery and dispersed them all over the world. Your scam of return and your behavior from Ghanaians from 2015, when you killed the first two Black American women to settle in Ghana brutally and buried them in a shallow grave behind their home because Ghanaians wanted their home. There are hundreds of Ghanaians crossing the border into Burkina Faso, fighting alongside terrorists, killing soldiers and civilians in Burkina Faso to steal from them, even their shoes off their feet, but livestock, which they sell in Ghana. It is highly documented. Terrorists are allowed to live in Ghana and have their voter cards, probably now have Ghana cards. You are prolific for selling Africans out into slavery. 14 Africans who had protected status in the United States of America were kidnapped and taken to Ghana. Your government disappeared them and sent them into Togo in the middle of the night, according to their Ghanaian lawyer, Oliver Barker. You will always be prolific in lying, scamming, and defrauding. You have the second highest scamming country in Africa, the fifth highest scamming country in the world. And from 2015 to 2025, Ghanaians have scammed, defrauded, demolished Black Americans' homes, sexually assaulted, kidnapped, stalked, and been violent towards Black American women. Ghana will be known for history as selling out Africans. You are not the face of African liberation. Liberia is. I will say it again and again until I die. Your ancestors sold Africans off into slavery. Liberia welcomed them back from the Caribbean and from the shores of the United States of America. So Liberia will always be known as the face of African liberation, and Ghana will always be known as the second highest scamming country in Africa that was prolific in the slave trade for 150 years. And then the scam of return, which brought 1,500 Black Americans, including myself, to the shores of your filthy, disgusting, scamming, colorist, xenophobic, raping country, and you still sell out Africans, and that's what all you will ever be known for. You're from your U.S. military base to your European military base to allowing terrorists from Burkina Faso to live in Ghana, and for going into the borders of Burkina Faso and slaughtering people just to steal from them. Ghana will prolifically be known for the greediest bastards on earth.